What's up guys and welcome back. If you're looking at me, you can probably see my really wrinkled linen shirt. It's hot today here in Vancouver and I had a dentist appointment with my 2-year-old this morning in which she was kicking and screaming. So as anyone knows who's worn linen, it constantly creases. Bad mistake by my part, but if you didn't notice it, then well, I've just dropped myself in it. But today we're going to talk about how well, not just Vancouver, but how real estate statistics can be misleading. Now, this is not a knock on the people who do these statistics. They are hardworking. These statistics are definitely helpful. They just also require your own kind of due diligence and looking into things to make sure that they actually apply to you and what you're interpreting is correct. We love those people at the board, and so thank you for doing all that you do. But we're going to jump into the first reason here. And my first issue here is that they're based on past data. So if you saw the reel, you would have seen that I showed that it was based either on month-to-month data, the previous year, or in some cases the last 10 years, when we're looking at like a 10-year average. The issue with that is you're looking at making decisions now, but you're making them based on previous data. A lot of the times they are still relevant, but of course, by the time you read that data, the market has adjusted in a certain way. So you need to make sure that what you're interpreting, one, is correct, but two, still applies to what you're actually looking to do moving forward. The second thing here is they paint not an accurate picture. And so the example I used in the reel was the sales to active listings ratio. For those who don't know, the sales to active listings ratio is what determines whether something's a balanced buyer's or seller's market. So something under 12% for an extended period of time, usually 3 months, is considered a buyer's market. Anything between like 12 and 20 is a balanced market, and 20 and above is a seller's market. Well, single family detached homes right now are at 9.9%. Detached homes like condos and townhouses are sitting in that balanced territory, even some creeping up more towards the seller's market territory, but they're still in the balanced territory. And the issue with this is, for anyone out there who's looking at the moment, you know that condos are getting decimated. So there's no way they're in balanced territory. And if you're looking at single family detached, especially entry level, which is what most people are looking at, you know it's busy. You know it's probably the most competitive thing on the market right now. And so if you were just going by those statistics, you would think that, oh yeah, single family detached, I can wait a year, prices are gonna come down for sure. And condos, oh, I need to get on the market. I need to get on the market now. I need to buy something now. Prices are going up. You go take a look at Brentwood right now and see how many 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms are available in buildings 2019 and newer. It's crazy. It's like 60 or 70, which is huge amount. And we're seeing that even on the rental side of things. So this is where the market gets really misleading. And again, this isn't a knock on the people who do those statistics. It's just the statistics need to be dived into more in order to see if they are actually accurate for you. Which leads us on to the third point. Why wouldn't they be accurate for you? And that's because we take a base. So you've got Vancouver and Maple Ridge, for example, in the same real estate board. Now the real estate board do break it down via different areas, but that's kind of buried in the data, and the highlights and the talking points group them all together as one. Doesn't matter whether you're buying a detached house, a condo, a townhouse, a duplex in Vancouver, or if you're buying any one of those in Maple Ridge, it's completely different when you're buying in Maple Ridge versus Vancouver. The wants, desires, the type of buyers, the prices, the product, everything is different. So when you're grouping everything into one, you're going to get like a sway that needs to be taken into account when you're looking to do your search. These are my like 3 reasons why I'm hesitant when it comes to these numbers. I mean, a bonus fourth here is some of the data that they give you is just not necessary. The 10-year average, for one, I have a pain point with this because the 10-year average number doesn't actually do anything for you. It doesn't make any difference to market value. It doesn't make any difference to whether you should be selling, should be buying, whether you should be holding, whatever it may be. It just gives you a very, very wide basis on what's happening with the market versus historical patterns, which it doesn't matter what the historical patterns were because you're going on today's market. That's what makes up your market value. What's available to you now, interest rates available to you now, that's what you're going by. So figures like this can be a bit misleading and can paint a better or a worse picture depending on how you look at them. But it's things like this that, although they're helpful, there needs to be a couple of layers peeled back before you start getting into your search. Otherwise, you could really interpret these numbers differently. I mean, that sales to active listings ratio I mentioned before, if you interpret that purely from the data, you could get the complete opposite picture of what's actually happening, which can be damning to your search.